Why? We're just gonna start the show. Hey, great Friday morning. Frankie's here, so we're going to do a talk show from side to side. Hey, Frank, how you doing?
Pretty good.
¿Qué cuentas?
Nada nuevo, nada bueno.
It's good to have you here this morning.
Good to be here.
Oh, it's so amazing. It's so amazing that you dress up so awesomely for work.
Uh, I'm actually supposed to be headed on the road right now, so I'm not technically on the clock. Well, no, I'm always on the clock.
You're always on the
actually.
clock.
I'm always on the
You
clock.
should always be on the clock.
I always am on the clock, but I didn't expect to be on this live. So,
Well, you know,
but
always should be ready.
it's important. I remember my mom once time when I was young. She said, "You always got to dress nice because you never know
Who's
who,
there?
you never know who's gonna see you, and the last impression is the impression that people are gonna have of you." So I apologize for coming.
Todo con t-shirt.
Yeah, but hey,
That's why you should always have calzones that don't have holes.
I'm human though. I'm human. Please forgive me.
You should never have calzones that have holes because if you have an accident or something, you pass away. You don't want the autopsy people to catch you with calzones with holes.
I think worse has happened to me, so that wouldn't be so bad.
No, and let me tell you, I think of that every single time I go on a trip. I go like, let me make sure that my calzones are halfway decent. But I mean, you saw me walk into the office this morning. My tie, my beautiful shirt, and my saco that's hanging up over there right now because you always dress. And this morning, like I went to have coffee this morning, which I shouldn't because I'm going to have an ultrasound at 10 o'clock, and they specifically told me,
You gotta be in ayunas, right?
yeah, I don't care. Well, screw that. I
Your
don't care.
test is gonna come back all lots of irregularities and like
I don't care. So they said you have to be fasting as I'm going to have coffee. I don't care. And I ate a little bit of taco. I don't care. I don't care. So and I ran into a bunch of people. For some reason, everyone like, hey, that's what, and police officer there, and like, hey. So I'm always dressed halfway decent because you always run into people. And then after breakfast, I come up to my office and I go, like, what the hell is a Tesla parked in front of my office? Like, who parks a Tesla in front of my office? Then I see Frankie walking out of my office. I go like, this bastard has a damn Tesla. I mean, that insurance thing must be doing good. Too good. The guy's driving a Tesla. Guys, stop liking his stuff on Facebook. Stop sending him stars. He's making way too much money.
it's the stars. It's definitely the
The damn
stars. Thank you
stars.
guys for the stars. Keep on setting
The
stars.
damn stars are making. Now he's driving a damn Tesla. Both of you looking good today. You probably just walked in because you didn't see him in a t-shirt. But yeah, stop sending him stars. I mean, I think I want to start getting some stars from now on. No, let me say, I for a while I was just posting on my page, and I'd monetized my page, and I wasn't posting. So now I post videos that I get. I post them on my page, and now I'm finally starting to make like 100. And
When you say page, like your main page, or
no, like on the Erasmo Castro candidate page.
oh, okay.
So now I'm like I made $150 last month. So now I'm starting to make money. And we're like, finally, off of damn Facebook, because I wasn't making any money. I was making like $5 or $3, $4 or 50 cents or something like that. And we're like, why is Frankie making more money than I am on Facebook? I've been on this crap for a long time, and I have like 10 times more followers. So I thought, but it's just the way it goes. I mean, it's kind of trippy because I still think that I have the largest following, despite what Captain Bob says.
Captain Bob. What do you call it? Your little show, your little platform, your little show?
Captain
He gets
Bob,
excited with like a couple hundred views, right? He's like, I got the biggest show in town.
south of San Antonio. What a Captain Bob.
Nah, but we need more of those. We need more people of producing content. And what I like about him, in all seriousness, what I like about him is that he brings people to the table that probably we won't be able to bring on to the show. You know, I think that's a good thing. So shouts out to Captain Bob. Keep on producing more content. Just keep doing what you're doing, man.
He's crazy. I love Captain Bob, and he knows that. But Captain Bob is nuts, nuts. I went to have breakfast at Las Caselitas Tres, across from the bus station. That's my new breakfast place. 'Cause I cannot stand Brothel Coffee Shop. I'm sorry. I love the owner. The owner's amazing. She's a great individual, but the quality of the food has gone down. It's inconsistent. I mean, you don't get the same food every time you go, and the service sucks. I mean, I'm sorry, the service just starting to suck. I mean, again, I love the owner. I love you sincerely, but the service suck. And I've mentioned this, and I know that she watches the show, and God, it doesn't change. It's one thing after another. We've been there. Ruby's trying to throw up because the cats they threw up this morning. Part of the cat thing. Oh yes, you should look at the white shirt. Oh yes, we go every day. Papa still is terco in going there. God bless him. Left him alone. Que vaya solo. Yes.
Okay.
That's what happens when you have cats. They throw up. Oh yes, Papa's still terco. That's how I feel like when I go to Bronzo Coffee Shop. Like what Ruby's doing right now. You go to Bronzo Coffee Shop, and the service just sucks. Go every day, and they still like don't know what you're going to order, and we're like, and they don't bring you the stuff that you every day ask for. Go like, we order the same thing, just bring us the same thing over and over again.
I recommend people try Mi Torito. Mi
Oh,
Torito is good,
it is good.
and 911. I like 911 on 802. Those are two places that I always every Saturday I switch it up. But those are my two. And what I like about Torito and 911, you know what you're gonna have. Like I hate going to places where how you say the food is always off. You never know what you're gonna get.
No.
And that's one thing I like about Mi Torito and 911. The great quality of food, great service. I like the atmosphere. I was there this past Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, and there was like I'm not even joking, like 10, 15 people waiting outside. And I was like, why don't they leave? But I was like, why would they? They like the
Good stuff.
place. Their place is very good. So if you haven't gone to Mi Torito lately, I recommend y'all should stop by.
I love Mi Torito. 911. I don't think I've gone to yet. Ricardo's has always been consistent. I've
Mhm.
always loved Ricardo's. Always great food. Never had a bad meal at Ricardo's ever. Genaro Martinez, amazing. One of my favorite cuñados. Not that I have many.
Morning, Genaro.
Morning, Genaro. Love you, man.
Hey, Genarito's birthday's coming up, no?
I have no idea.
The 20. ¿Cuándo es Genaro? 26, 28?
Well, who cares?
You see? You see?
I don't care.
Hey, man, invite me to your house, not him. I think about your kids. Este le vale.
Well, Genaro knows this. I love the kids. I love all the kids far away. I love all the kids on the 28th. I love all the kids far away, and I love them for 20 minutes. After that, nah, that's it. All I can tolerate the kids for. But I love them to death. And Genaro knows this. Everyone knows there's nothing I wouldn't do for the kids, but I can only tolerate them for 20 minutes. my tolerance for all my nephews and nieces is 20 minutes, no mas. But I will go to their games. I will go to their events when invited. I hadn't been to Genaro's house. I had not gotten invited. Thanksgiving passed, Christmas passed. I hadn't gotten, and I got invited to Gabi's birthday. I think by accident because I said her happy birthday and like, oh well, since I said her happy birthday, they might as well invite me to their house. Let me tell you, beautiful house. Have you been there?
No, my tia Gabby did invite me. It was her birthday.
He didn't go.
I do apologize. I was with my grandpa. I did ask him. I did ask him if he wanted to join, but
beautiful house. Let me tell you, I'm very very impressed. Beautiful house. What I liked most was the number was lit up in the front of the house. It tiene like a little lucecita, and I like that because most houses nowadays they don't have the number lit up, or they don't have. You can't see the number of the house, but they had the little number. It was lit up, and I like that. And then when you walk in, I like that it has like a little wine rack. I like wine, and I like the wine. Right, I didn't drink that night, which I kind of regret it, but I didn't drink that night because I was heading back home because I had to feed Papa because Papa wants to do the Super Bowl thing, so I had to go take. I did the Frankie thing. I took care of Papa. He doesn't care. Hey, Chris, love you, Chris. Papa doesn't care. Papa is lost case, but I still have to, I still have to be there. I keep telling you, go to Amigas. I know, I know, I know.
Is that downtown?
No, it's right here on Palm Boulevard, right, Hector? On Palm Boulevard.
Amigas?
Yeah. Has Frankie earned the title of best on social media? No.
Yes.
Feliz cumpleaños al señor Sergio Ledesma Madas. Feliz cumpleaños, Sergio Ledesma Madas. Muchos felicidades. Big Daddy's is also good. I've never had a bad meal at Big Daddy's.
Shouts out to Big Daddy's by Target. I haven't got to the one on Boca Chica lately.
Oh,
but Big Daddy's for the parrilladas, man, I highly recommend their parrilladas. They're very good.
I had a parrillada from Chicken Run yesterday. Ordered it on Grubhub, and someone said, "Well, you probably got it for free." I trust me. I wish I get stuff for free in this stuff. I should get stuff for free. Anyone that wants to send food or desserts for free to Erasmo Castro, please do. Someone sent something for free. I paid $60 on Grubhub. Well,
The heck you order?
I ordered the parrillada and I ordered the chiles, uh, poppers, the chiles wrapped with bacon. The chiles were amazing. The parrillada was amazing. Great, great food. It was great. So it was like $40, $34, and then $10, 44, $5, and then the rest was the tip for the driver and stuff. It was good stuff. Great food.
Erasmo, can I ask you something? Oh,
Yeah,
go for it.
go.
Okay. Well, before we go into Alberto's comment, how do you feel? Because I had this discussion with someone. Look, I consider myself a very good tipper.
Yeah.
Whenever I go and I receive great service, I'm at the 25, even 30% tip.
Yeah.
Because I was a waiter once. I know what it's like. If you're taking care of me, if I see that, you're always on top of it, I think you deserve a raise. What's your thoughts on like the Subways and those that, it's their job to provide you your sandwich, but they're still asking for a tip? Are they entitled to a tip? Or should we be like, you know what? Or is it the employer that should be giving them the tip?
Well,
again, at a restaurant, I understand
service.
it's different.
Yeah.
But whenever we go to a Subway or like to those types of places, and then they turn around the thing like, here, tip us. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that. I wanted to ask just to get somebody else's.
Well, I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind doing the 10, 15%. I mean, it's not that bad to tip the poor individuals. I mean, they don't make that much money anyway. It's kind of a weird deal. I don't mind tipping individuals like at Subway or even like it doesn't happen at Whataburger or stuff like that or McDonald's because Subway is one of those Whataburger, McDonald's, churchy stuff. It's one of those
franchise.
Huh?
Franchise.
Yeah, it's one of those little franchise fast food type of situations. I mean, they shouldn't be asking for tip, but I mean, I don't mind giving them a tip. Is that they don't make that much money anyway. I worked at Whataburger and I wish I would have gotten a tip here or there. But yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from. I mean, you're not doing anything for me except making my damn sandwich. That's what you're getting paid for. But I guess I'm okay with giving no tip. What's the deal? Daniela Valdez and B. Hernandez are forcing teachers to force kids to write Amelia Earhart right before testing starts. B. Hernandez is helping Daniela for her re-election.
Beatriz Hernandez?
Yeah.
She was like she's an administrator, right?
Yes.
I remember her name came up. Supposedly she's going to go with Gutierrez to McAllen, but obviously she didn't.
I guess not yet. I mean, he might be trying to make a little position for her. That's what usually happens. But why? I don't know why they would want an Amelia Earhart. For what? Unless it's something that's being requested for the Midi Cultural District. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, with the Midi Cultural erecting a statue to Amelia. That's why they're forcing kids. That is pathetic. And again, this is why it didn't make any sense to be overlapping one thing with the other. This is one of the reasons why I had issues with the again her getting hired, at the Midi Cultural District, and I was supposed to have a luncheon with Dinah Midi to find the reasoning as to why. But I mean, it didn't make any other sense except that it was a You scratch my back, I scratch your back. And unfortunately, this is what the community voted for. I mean, what did you expect to get from a Daniela Lopez Valdez, pretty little rich girl? That's what you were going to get. And again, this is what you get with a Denise Garza, an Eddie, what's the name? Garcia, uh, la otra snaggletooth, what's her name? Jessica Gonzalez. That's that's what you get from these individuals. You get crap. And but what do you expect? Our community continues to get absorbed with consuming crap because they vote in crap. It's not going to change until the dynamics of voting for something a little bit on the different side. I mean, vote for Trump, vote for the Brownsville Trump, vote for the individuals that you may not like what they say, but at least they tell you the truth. And everything that, and again, going back into everything that we've told you in regards to what's going on at BISD, PUB, the city of Brownsville, everything has been proven correct. And as much as you may hate an Erasmo Castro or Frankie Olivo or a Maggie, even, as
Hey
much,
Maggie.
hey Maggie, as much as y'all may hate, it's there. My only frustration again with Maggie is se encierran en un little mundo and it just doesn't.
Keep doing your thing, Maggie. I love it. Dear Chavez, dear Denise, dear Abby, keep it going. Just a little FYI, Erasmo, if I could let your community know, the community know. I have a story on Monday on a politician seeking higher office. That these politicians they use seats like BISD as a stepping stone because again they're not after the best interest of the community. Erasmo, they're after the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
So on Monday morning around 8:30, I'll be doing a show on this certain candidate. And again, early voting starts on Tuesday, Erasmo. We got 2 weeks of early voting,
Hey,
so my story is gonna go up on
day
Monday,
before?
the day before. I'll post it this afternoon once I get to my destination. That way, y'all can anticipate it. But it is sad, Erasmo, whenever we see the potential that the city of Brownsville, that BISD has, and it's squandered away. Unfortunately, at the city we're still dealing with the same issues. Our streets need to be fixed. Drainage, we still have that issue. At the district, we're in the deficit. The teacher morale is at an all-time low. But here we have these the majority on that board that are pretty much spending the money that's not theirs, and they're overspending. And then we talk about why there isn't enough for raises, why there isn't enough for anything else, and it's just unfortunate that these people keep on getting elected when they don't produce for the community. And that's the way we should look at it as voters. We should be selfish. What are you going to do? Are you doing something that's in my best interest? These people have squandered away the money from one of the largest districts south of San Antonio.
Too much money. A powerhouse. Yeah, big bucks. Let me say, in regards to BISD and this case, I'm very, very proud that the district attorney finally decided to drop the charges against the kid, as they should have. Again, it should never have gotten to where it went. With that said, let me say this, guys, and I want to be very, very clear on this. I do not think that the principal, uh, Mirta Garza, uh, did anything that deserved the crap that her and her family have received.
Garza o Ayala?
Ayala. Is it, or is it Mirta Ayala Garza married?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Ayala Garza?
I guess I don't know.
I apologize. Yes, it is Garza. I apologize.
Let me say, no, guys, stop demonizing this individual and the family. My goodness gracious, guys, she did
Her job.
her job.
But can you clarify something?
Yeah.
It wasn't, according to what I heard, it wasn't the principal that arrested this student.
No.
It was the judge.
Well,
or PD. I'm sorry, BISD PD.
Exactly.
BISD police were the ones that arrested the child. Right.
BISD police took the child, and then the ones that really dropped the ball was Cameron County. Guys, you cannot demonize a individual, a staff member from BISD for doing what they're supposed to do in this type of situation.
Right.
You can't. And again, goodness gracious, guys, I've been through, and let me tell you, I've been through what these individuals have gone through, guys, where they're demonized on social media, they're put through the ringer, they're accused of everything under the sun, folks. God, my goodness, and they only followed protocol, what's on the books, and I know the Ayalas, I know Mirta, and followed what was on the books. Take into consideration, guys, you have to look at the bigger picture out here. It wasn't, if the issue was the situation with the counselors, guys, it wasn't the principal's fault that there were no counselors at the school. If that is the issue, it wasn't the principal's fault. It was the school board's fault. It was the district's fault for constantly cutting and taking away the individuals on there, guys. It's not the principal's fault. You cannot, and this is what happens. And again, they try to demonize the guys on the bottom rung. And I've warned people. I've warned people here. They will always let the person on the bottom rung take the hit. The teachers, the principals, the ones here. And you never hear administration being at fault. Has anyone faulted administration? Honestly, if on everything that you've heard in the media, in the Texas Observer, have you heard anything on the upper administration taking a hit? Has anyone in upper administration had death threats? Anyone? Has any board member gotten phone calls on this matter, demonizing them? Those are the ones that are at fault, folks. Not the principals, not the assistant principals, not the teachers, not the counselors. Stop being fooled. We are being put one against each other. And that is frustrating. Frustrating. Because nos tienen a nosotros así while they're up here laughing away when they're the ones that are to blame. And again, guys, she did everything by the book. And again, I feel bad for the family, guys. I feel bad for the family. And this is one of the reasons why I have not gone out there and blasted the principal. I've shared the story. I shared the story because it was a story, but it wasn't so much. And when I spoke to the Texas Observer, and I made mention to the Texas Observer that the ones that were at fault were law enforcement, guys, was the upper districts. It's a selected few that are doing this. Their names need to be repeated. Yes, their names need to be repeated, guys. And it's the individuals at the top. It's the Gallegos. It's the upper administration. It's the board members. It's the Monday exclusive Eddie Garcia. What's the guy's name? What's the guy's name? Eddie Garcia? Whatever his name is. Eddie, little Eddie. I know him by their nicknames. Little Eddie, Little Rich Girl, La Muerta de Hambre, and the Snaggletooth. It's them. Focus on them, guys. Don't focus La Pingüina. La Pingüina's not even there. Focus on them. Don't focus on the people on here on the bottom. They're here with us, guys. They're the ones that are taking the hits con nosotros. My goodness gracious, goodness alive. I started to hear about the death threats and everything, and it brought to memory, guys, exactly what I went through when I was on the board, and when La Pingüina and Sylvia and Baltasar Salazar and everyone came after me in regards to having sex with a student or sex with a student in a car. I'm going like, what? Never happened. And I went through the ringer. Never happened. And they went up there, had people, La Idiota, La Jessica Gonzalez went up there and did the same thing. Proven to be 1,000,000 times not true because it never happened.
In the defense of the principal, what I was told was that there was a threat made, and again, protocol procedure is to report it, and not only that, Erasmo, that after the incident where the threat was made, and I think after the child was arrested, I think that same child attempted or allegedly try to cut off the finger of another student with some scissors. Now, again, does this kid have some sort of issues? Yes, we did hear about him losing his father, and maybe that led to, him lashing out, acting out. That does not condone his actions, but there's a lot more to it in the background that the Texas Observer, unfortunately, didn't report. It was a one-sided story. That is why I believe you did at the time, we held back on it because we said, you know what, let this play out in court. We're dealing with a child, very serious issue. Let's see how this plays out in court. But to defense of the principal, and she never went on the record. We did try
She
and reach
can't.
out, right?
She
But
can't.
we try to reach out and say, hey, any comments? Or like, no comment. But there's more to this story, and we did find out, all these things that are happening. So it's just unfortunate that the Texas Observer, went for the kill shot with, student was arrested and da 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 da, and when we really don't know the totality of it, unfortunately.
Uh, Tell Frankie to trim his beard. Yeah, you need to do that little trim on that
Was that
buzz.
Maggie?
No, somebody else. I can't say who. Yes, Sarah Stapleton was the child's attorney. Sarah Stapleton is amazing. I love Sarah. She's looking amazing. Let me tell you, she is looking amazing, and Sarah Stapleton is amazing. An amazing attorney. I love that woman. I love her husband, Ricardo Barrera.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing guy. Amazing guy. She messaged me. Can't speak much on it. Look, guys, and I know the Ayalas. Some people don't like the Ayalas. I know the Ayalas. I've had a great relationship with them. Miss Ayala went to school with Papa, and I hold no favoritism in regards to anyone. But let me say, Mirta went by the book. That's all I can say. She went by the book. She did what she had to do. She's always been that way, guys. I don't think that she has a mean bone in her body towards any student, guys. She's been at this for years. I mean, it would have been an ongoing trend, something that would have happened. It was an isolated situation, something that happened. It didn't happen, guys. Those that dropped the ball were the individuals that were hard pressed uh, to demonize an individual, guys. And again, I'd already spoken about this, guys. And this is what I when I talked to the Observer, Text Observer, I talked about this. I talked about how for too long, uh, the Brownsville Police, BISD Police Department, guys, wanted to go out there and demonize students and giving them felonies for vaping. And I said that's just stupid. It's just pathetically stupid. But again, why didn't the Ayalas or Mirta come out and say they can't? They couldn't because it was an ongoing case and it's still an ongoing case. So they can't come out and defend themselves. And that's what really sucks. The difference between what Mirta went through and what I went through was that you better believe that I didn't care much of what anyone told me. I went out there and I blasted Sylvia Atkinson, I blasted La Pingüina, I blasted Baltasar and everyone because I wasn't going to stay quiet about what the accusations that they brought against me. Who is responsible for the book that the principal was following? The answer is everyone. Policies of how the district is being run needs to be rewritten to address today's social issues affecting the students and employees. Sensitivities to everyone's triggers has become overwhelming. Retired life is good. Yeah, but again, uh, I even with the policies that are on the book, I don't think that Mirta did anything wrong. I just will not believe that. I think I don't see Mirta having a mean bone in her body. Now, is she a strict individual? Is she a hard principal? Yeah, yeah. But a lot of our schools they need these hard principals. Again, I don't think she's a hard ass. I just think she follows the rules. That's the way. That's the Mirta that I know. Yeah, right, Janet. She has my grandson's. She was my grandson's principal. She was great. Uh, Again, I've known her for years. She was a principal when I was a board member. I cannot say anything negative about her. And I again I've had access to the backside of information. Cannot say anything negative about her. Now, do I have some negatives about individuals like the Gallegos and the other individuals out there in other schools, you better believe it. Yes, and I've been very open about it, and I just don't care. But about Mirta, the Ayalas, any of the Ayalas, no. And again, one of the Ayala sisters, I cannot stand. I do not like the. I think she's a principal now at one of the high schools. I don't know. La Chaparrita, the one that used to be at Manzano, can't remember her name. I don't like her. I don't like her because she's always been like very like, ugh, ugh, like with me. But can I say anything bad about her? No. I mean, I just don't like her. Marisol, is that her name? Marisol Ayala? I don't know. Can't remember her name. But I just Minerva. I can't remember her name. But I don't like her. The other Ayala's the one I think that's over here at back the one that Bex. I like her. She used to be the principal at Hudson. I like her. She's always been a good principal. Mirta, great principal, and I think there's one more. I can't remember, but I don't like the other one. Again, nothing against her. I mean, I just don't like her. Maybe we just need to have coffee or something. But I just always rubbed me the wrong way. Oh, I think I remember why. I think one time, what's her name? Their mom also was BIZ. Their mom used to be this like a
Super assistant.
assistant super
Hmm.
at BIZ, something like that, and was I had to be a superintendent or something, or was going to be superintendent, something like that. I think it was one time I went to the school as a someone asked me to go to their school with them to speak for one of their students as a friend, and she got all pissy like, why is he here? And I said, well, I'm a friend of the family. And this is before I was a board member, and she was just very pissy. I think that's why me cayó mal. And then I became a board member, and she was like, well, I gotta tolerate this guy now. Sorry, let's have coffee and let's mend our ways. But no, it's all right. Again, guys, stop demonizing people at the bottom. That's the only thing I'm going to say about that. We got to work with each other. We cannot be fighting against each other. I got people walking in.
I'm out.
Why are you leaving?
Yeah, gotta get my day started.
Where you go? What are you going to do?
Nothing. Just cruise Brownsville all day.
Must be nice. What time are you leaving to San? Did you mention you're going to San Antonio?
Yeah, I'm gonna take off like at 11 or 12.
How many of the board members have an actual job? None. Eddie Garcia does Uber supposedly.
We have a
La,
nurse.
Daniela Lopez Valdez is meaty.
That's not work.
That's not work.
That's just getting paid for.
This is getting paid just to the Muerta de Hambre.
Does she have a job? I think she's got
She
a
got
job.
she
No?
got a job because of that one she's trying to get in onto the doesn't she
No, that's
that
Denise.
Denise, the Muerta de Hambre
Oh,
Denise.
oh,
She's trying to get that thing that her vendor
yeah, for
on there.
Medicaid or something like that.
Something the Snaggletooth is just raking it in with vendor money, fixing her teeth. And I think
Tim is retired.
Elizondo is working,
A nurse.
a nurse,
Frank Ortiz retired.
retired, and Tim is retired.
He's retired.
So yeah, none have a job. Just Carlos.
Just Carlos.
Be safe out there. It's bad. Traffic is bad. I know. And I'm going to Monterrey probably at 12. También. I'm going to head off out there. I have to go now because I already rented a room. Hola, cheese. Hey, Ray. Yeah, Frankie, ¿no saludas o qué?
I know, Ray. What's up with Noche de Pasión?
No,
Amor y Pasión, no?
actitud y pasión.
You didn't bring it back, Ray?
I think he still has it.
Do you? I'd sleep with it every night.
Did you really?
No.
I never actually watched it.
I just like the sound of it. I was like, man, I want to name my thing Actitud y Pasión. It sounds like.
Well, that's what I named my private part. Actitud y pasión. Ahí viene actitud y pasión. and then it's like a good minute and a half, and they go like, oh,
No pasión.
no pasión, ni actitud, nomás. Ah, ah. Yeah, se acabó. Hey, you pay for an hour, you get 2 minutes.
It's a good life.
Life is good. Well, I'm going to Monterrey. Frankie's going to San Antonio. I think I don't know if he was supposed to say that. I'll be back tomorrow. Frankie will be back on Monday with a breaking story
Breaking story.
on Eddie, little Eddie. I mean, I'm gonna guess it's little Eddie. I don't know why, but it should be fun. It's good podcast. Actitud y pasión. Yours no pasa.
Wow.
Guys, have a great day. I got a sonogram to do. What? Ultrasound. Guys, have a great weekend. Stay safe. I'm going to do my best to be safe. I'll be in Monterrey. Be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.